credited the income tax account with 60,000 and we will debit the appropriation account with 60,000 at the end of the year. So first of all, we will do a trading account where the gross profit is calculated. Then we will do a profit and loss account where we calculate the net profit, and then that net profit is transferred to the appropriation account, and the net profit was 200,000 Rand. So this is transferred from the profit and loss after all the expenses were taken into account. The first expense that we have to pay out of this profit is income tax. Okay, ordinary share dividends is also an expense. So it means that we have to credit the expense at the end of the year to indicate that expenses are closed off to the final account in the nominal section. So I will take this ordinary share dividends to the appropriation account to close off this ordinary share dividends account with 140,000. So the total on both sides will be 140, and then we closed off all our nominal accounts. We credited the ordinary share dividends account and we will debit the appropriation account with the total dividends that was declared during the current year, 140,000. So out of the profit that we made this year, we have to pay income tax first of all to SARS, and then we must give money to the shareholders to pay them some of the dividends. The retained income account at the end of the previous year was 24,000. So that is the money that was not paid out to the shareholders in the previous year, but retained in the business in case of need during the current year. At the end of the year, we will close off this retained income account and transfer the amount to the appropriation account. So the retained income account will be debited with 24,000, and we will credit the appropriation account with the 24,000. So in this case, this business actually has the 200,000 plus the 24,000 that can be divided. If I add up, it means that my credit side is 224,000 Rand. On the debit side is 200,000. So it means that I used all the profits of the current year and I didn't increase my retained income, and I also didn't use some of the retained income for the previous year. Normally these two figures will not be the same because the retained income in the previous year can either increase or decrease depending on how much is paid out as ordinary share dividends. For this retained income at the end of the year, I will credit the appropriation account and I will show in retained income, we will credit with the appropriation account 24,000. So if you want to work out what is the equity of a company, you will take the ordinary share capital that was contributed by the shareholders as capital to the business, and you will add the retained income. So this is part of equity because the owners are entitled to this 24,000 Rand that was kept back in the business.